Hello, everyone. Welcome to Martial Motion, our level 2 class here on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And again, I will go over our parameters that we normally go through. Pretty minimal, about 6 to 8 square feet of space, yoga mat, which we will actually be using from the outset, and of course, water. Okay, so what I want to start with today is getting a little bit of mobility in the spine right away, and in accordance, moving our breath with it. Okay, so if you're on your yoga mat, you can bring your feet to the top of the mat. I'm going to stay in the middle of the mat just so you can see me centered. And from there, I'm pressing the tops of my feet into the mat, keeping my knees just below my hips and my hands just below my shoulders, and working in my cat-cow position. Now here's where I'm going to expand the lungs to allow air to come in to the rib cage, into the lungs, expanding the rib cage, and then pushing spine up, chin to chest as I exhale. My cow and my cat. Inhale, exhale. And keeping my focus on my posture as well. How I'm meeting the ground. Keep my palms and the tops of my feet pressed into the earth. And feeling what that's like for my spine, top to bottom, as I rotate my hips forward for my cow and rotate them back for my cat. Begin to accentuate the breathing, keeping the arms still straight, hands pressed into the ground, as well as the fingers. Fingers evenly splayed, my middle finger pointing straight ahead as a guide. And time. Here I'm going to sit my hips back towards my heels, going hand in hand, keeping my spine as upright as possible. Here just taking a minute to find structure in the spine. Just now still, nice and tall, and allow the air to flow in through the nose and out through the mouth. And here's things begin to warm up a bit, namely my thighs, possibly even my calves, my shins. Breathe into that area and discovering the difference between a discomfort and a pain. If you feel any pain, come forward, take the pressure off of the legs. If you feel a bit of discomfort, let's see if we can use our breathing to just be with it. Allow it. Experience what our response is to it. One more breath. Let's open the eyes again and walk ourselves forward, leaning forward, back to that cat-cow position. Pressing the tops of the feet still, further into the mat, hands beneath the shoulders, knees below the hips. And here we go. Chin to chest, hips rotate forward, right back, and hips rotate forward for my cow. Rotate back for my cat. Forward for my cow. Still pressing the hands, fingers evenly splayed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just a few more. Still keeping tension to my spine. My back goes up towards the sky as I exhale, forcing the air out of my lungs and taking air in as my head rises. And time. Here I'm going to just sit my hips back and now walk my fingers forward for my child's pose. Allow the head to rest, walking the fingers forward, hips still coming back. Still actively taking air through the nose. Expand the ribcage more. In all directions, front, side, and back. Expanding the ribcage to allow more air into the lungs. Exhale through the mouth. Still walking the fingers forward, hips back, elongating the spine further. And time. Again, walking ourselves forward into that cat-cow position. Tabletop, tops of the feet still pressing to the mat. And again, we go. In through the nose, cat. Out through the mouth, cow. In fact, that's the opposite. We're going in through the nose for our cow and out through the mouth for our cat. And that's even an opportunity to experience what even the difference in breathing with the particular position. It just makes more sense to have my lungs in an expanded position to take air in. Just a few more breaths. Really feeling not just in the base of the spine, but the mid and top as well. So we flex and extend the spine. And time. Again, going back to that child's pose. Walk the fingers forward. As the hips come back towards the heels. Now from here, I'm going to put the weight onto my hands as I dive forward. I'm really keeping my head really close to the ground, elbows just barely touching as I shift the weight from my feet to my hands. And swan dive up, pressing the tops of the feet to the mat, legs are straight, gazes forward, shoulders back for my up dog. Allowing breath and gravity to work the stretch of the hips going downward. And from here, let's push back, down dog. Flip the feet over, top to bottom, top to bottom, ball the foot, heels lower, legs bend, my arms are straight and in line with my spine. And from here, push back to that high plank. And lower down to Chaturanga. With exhalation, flip the tops of the feet to the mat. And push, rise. Again for that up dog. Let those hips drop down towards the mat. Head up, shoulders back. my vision straight ahead of me. And again, pushing back, down dog. Stretch the top of the feet, then flip. Stretching the toes, heels lower, both knees bend. This time, let's go ahead and pedal out the feet. Heel up, heel down. Left foot, right foot. Keeping the head in line with the arms. Arms straight, spine straight. And let's push back for that high plank. Pushing forward rather. And just beneath the shoulders, on the balls of the feet still, I lower down to Chaturanga. Inhale. Lowering tops of the feet to the mat. Again, pushing, keeping the elbows in nice and tight with the body. Head goes up as my hips stay down, pressing to the tops of the feet. Again for my up dog. Shoulders back, gazes forward. Exhale. And again, pushing back for our down dog. Testing the range, the flexibility, the range of the feet. Flip over when necessary from top to bottom, lowering the heels, bending the knees, keeping the head in line with the arms, and pedal the feet out again. Heel up, heel down, alternating left and right. And again, from my down dog to my up dog, pushing forward. I'm going to my plank position, lowering down to Chaturanga, elbows in tight to the body, flip the tops of the feet over, and preparing to go from our up dog. Arms staying tight. Exhale, press the feet to the mat. Arms straight, gaze forward, shoulders rotated back. For our final down dog, push back, flipping the tops of the feet to the bottom. Bend the legs, lower the heels, keep the head in line with the arms, straight with the spine. Now from here, I'm going to bend both knees further. Give myself propulsion as I look forward. And here I'm going to float to a small arm balance into my prayer squat. Watch first, my gaze is forward. I bend my legs to load, and I explode. And lowering down. Now, this one we'll do together. Come back, my measuring tool will be my plank position. Bending my legs, my gaze is forward. And we'll load 1, 2, and 3. Lowering down, keeping the butt as low as we can, pressing the palms together. I'm keeping my lateral view to you so you can see the straightness of the spine, head slightly tilted up, elbows in between the thighs, allowing for a good adductor stretch. 3 more breaths. Take the air in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, calling into that rib cage expansion. Allowing the lungs more capacity. Take air in, controlled breath in, and controlled breath out. And from here, I'll turn facing you. You can stay whichever direction you are. Here I'm going to walk my feet wider, but still pressing my elbows in, my hands come apart. Walking to my Sumo Squat here. Okay. Give myself even further groin stretch. I shift side to side, and ultimately down to my right side. I'm stretching my left leg, keeping my right bent, right heel off the ground. Toes pointing up, my foot is flexed. And from here I switch. Again, foot is flexed, toes pointing up. Posture stays upright. Switching again. Shifting my weight from one leg to the other. Use the aid of your hands if you need to. My straight leg now internally rotates, foot points and knee points straight ahead of me. Again, posture stays upright. Breathe into any tightness so that area of your body actually has lungs. So you're opening up that outer hip as well as spine, and switch. Again, my foot stays flexed, but my thigh internally rotates, keeping the inner foot on the ground, posture staying upright. Breathe into any tightness or immobility. All right, now from here, we're going to turn for a lunge, right side. Good front lunge, walking my right foot ahead of my hands. My head's up, my hips are down towards the mat. Back leg is straight, hips down and neutral. Excellent. Now my feet are wider, so I can call on more into the use of my hands to transition. I walk my hands to my left. So begin to straighten my right leg, bend my left, and pivot via the ball or heels of my feet. And again, my head's up, hips are down. Now from here, I'm going to walk my hands to midpoint, to where both my toes are facing forward now. My heels stay down on the ground. And now with my legs apart, having that same swan dive, bringing my chin to my chest, keeping my arms in as tight to my body as possible. Trying not to chicken wing out, my elbows pointing out, keeping them in nice and tight, where it can support more load of my body coming forward and down. My head rises, then my shoulders, then my chest, belly, hips. Hips stay down, allowing gravity to work the stretch. And again, I push back into a split, testing my range. But once I reach my limit, I dive out. Good exhalation as I dive through and up. Last one. Push back, bringing my chin to my chest. Inhale. And then diving through. Arms in nice and tight. Slowly diving through. Allowing the hips to come down, working the stretch. Excellent. Here, I push back into my split position. And we'll center ourselves by heel toeing. So here I'm going to tent my palms and walk my feet together, pivoting the ball of my foot, pivoting at the heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, till I can come to a standing position. And from there is time. Now before we close for our break, keep my feet slightly wider than hips width apart. We're going for our twists, okay? And these twists are going to be via our punches. So my hands are up, my arms are at my body, A frame in front, B frame at the side, punch, raising my heel off the ground, and I'm punching east, west, through the ball of my foot, pressing through the ground. Okay, we'll keep going. So I adjust my position. And again, as we keep continuing to go along, I'm still, even though I am consciously breathing automatically, more intention through my exhalation. And not just how much, but when I reach my perceived point of contact. So I'm using my depth perception to imagine a target to the east and to the west of me. I'm using my breath as the impact. All the while, as we keep going, feeling that sensation in our hips and the spinal twist, I want to make sure that when I strike, I'm keeping a slight bend in my arm, allowing for more force to go through, again, our perceived point of impact, okay? My arm is straight all the way at the point of impact. I don't have as much drive through. 30 seconds. Hands to the head, arms to the body. Only one extends, the other one stays home to protect. Turn the heel, raise the heel. Allowing the hips, lower back, even thighs to open up. And time. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a sip of water. We'll be back in 30 seconds. I'm gonna adjust my camera further into a standing position. You can do so as well, so that you can see yourself as well as me with more detail. Okay, we can move away from our yoga mats or put them aside altogether. All right, so we're going to go into a drill that we had done actually on Monday. So I'm keeping my space away from a wall, okay? So my space is going to be judged with my arms. And I'm going to use one foot, moving in a pendulum-like fashion, swinging, toes up, okay? Each time I'm opening my hip to the outside and closing my hip to the inside. So with my hands on the wall, what I'm doing is creating space, not really leaning too much onto the wall. I just want to keep an upright posture. Now, as I turn toe up, I'm also turning the ball of my foot as well. Of course, depending on the surface, right? Sometimes it's good to wear socks, depending on the surface, so I can find that pivot and the fluidity in it. Going with breath. Good exhalation on the upswing. And switching. The idea here is to open the hips up and to go a little bit higher, opening as well the hamstrings. Okay, again, good upright posture. I'm pivoting on one foot and I'm swinging the other one toes up each way. And here we go, opposite foot. I turn the heel in the opposite direction of the other foot. My foot's going to my right, my heel turns to my left on my opposite foot. Kicking a little higher with each one. And time. Now from here, we're going to go back into our legs again. This time, my front, side, and back kick. Front kick. Still keeping my hands up, arms to my side. Lean back as I kick forward. I lean to the side. As I kick to the side, and I lean forward as I kick backwards. The idea here is I'm trying to keep a good base with my base foot each time. Again, right side. Kick. Kick. And kick. Noticing the toes and heels facing east-west for my side and rear kick. But for my front kick, toes up, heels down, side kick, toe, heel, east-west. And again, for my back kick, trying to focus on my base a bit more, as well as my breathing. Toe, heel, east-west. I'm trying to keep my arms as centered as possible. Now, depending on where our levels are, you can touch the ground in between each kick on the same side, or you can go ahead and touch the ground just to reestablish our balance. Side kick. Back kick. How do I chamber or load my kick? I draw my knee in, up, and extend forward while I lean back. In. I draw to the side as I lean to the side. And lean forward as I kick backwards. All the while still looking at where my kick is going. Giving myself, again, that perceived point of impact with my eyes, my depth perception. Keep a slight bend in the knee as I go through that perceived target. Now as we begin to close, let's try and focus just on keeping that foot up in between each kick. Left foot forward, don't touch the ground. Left foot side, don't touch the ground. Left foot back. Finally, I touch the ground, right leg. Testing our balance. Good exhalation, slightly bent knee, thrusting through the perceived point of impact and time. Okay, so now we're going to go into the combination now. Let's go ahead and adjust our position. So I'm bringing my left and right together. I'm going to turn my right foot out 45 degrees. Again, if you can't see my feet, my knee is a good signifier of the direction in which my foot is pointing. And what I'm going to do, that 45-degree direction is where my toes are pointing. I want to go back 45 degrees from that plane to bring my feet slightly wider than hips width apart. So if my feet were hands on the clock, it would be about 2 o'clock, okay? That's for someone who's right hand dominant. It would be opposite for left. So instead of 2 o'clock, it would be 10 o'clock. And I'll stay at 2 o'clock, hands are up, arms into my body. Here, the combination I would like to go through here is that same front kick, but this time adding my jab, my cross coming forward this time. Jab, cross. Again, just like when I was punching side to side, I'm still raising that heel, providing thrust from the ground through my point of impact, okay? So, jab, cross. My arm comes down as my leg rises up, front kick. Thereby getting more balance and even a bit more extension. From here, I can also play with my balance a bit more as I start to raise my base heel off the ground. Jab, cross. Kick forward. Notice my left foot raised off of the ground, my base leg, heel rise up. Okay? Now, jab, cross. Right, front kick. 14. And then from here, I want to create a rotation in my base leg this time. Of course, still by raising my heel, but this time turning it for my round kick. Drawing it back. Okay? So we're going to follow that same sequence again. I'm going left, right, 2 more rights. Front kick, bring it back, step, turn for my round kick. Okay? Just keeping that same combination for now and trying to establish my balance after each strike. Okay? But in the meantime, here, just to get the legs nice and loose and warm, we're going to go into our sprawl position. So, going down into my deep squat, keeping my spine as tall as possible because we lift with our legs, not our back, hands to the ground. I kick back, hips down, and I use the momentum to propel right again up, and I draw my feet back to where my hands were, spine is upright, before I again stand up, down, 1, back, 2, down, further, 3, and then 4, back up, 5, standing up all the way. Okay, here we go. 9 more. Down, hands down, get back, hips down, stand, and rise. Let's find the exhalation. Do the hips driving down and the legs standing up. 2 exhalations throughout the same movement. Arms stay straight. Legs up from leaning forward, but dropping the butt low. And at 10 is time. Again, bringing myself into my 2 o'clock stance if I'm a right-handed person, or 10 o'clock stance if I'm left-handed. Side view for you, and go. Right. Right again. Bringing that foot back down to the ground. Jab, cross. Left, right. Right, front kick. Lean back, breathe through, and 2-step into that right round kick. Now, as we keep going along, you can look back at me, just for the explanation, into each one. I'm raising my base foot off the ground each time. My jab, my cross. I raise my back heel for the cross. Now this time I'm going to raise my left heel when I go for my front kick. Testing the balance just a bit. And then from there, I'd like to bring my foot closer to neutral so I can step forward to land my round kick. As that object may be a bit further away. Jab, cross. Front kick. Raise the heel, raise and turn the heel back to your original position. 30 more seconds. Noticing the counterbalance of my arm as well. I swing down for my front kick. Swing down inside. My round kick. Opposite trajectory of my leg. Step. And from here, time. Now, what I want to do is provide a similar thrust this time. Okay, I'm going to position camera up. Again, and I'm providing a similar thrust like I did with my right front kick. I'm going to do my left knee this time. Okay, so jab and my cross. Right, and right. I replant. Now, I'm going to my cross, jab, cross, jab. From here, same in my jab, can act also as a grabbing instrument to pull the target down towards my left knee. So here I step back with my left, forward with my right, for loading my left knee thrusting forward. Okay, so everything to that point, one more time. Jab, cross, front kick, round kick. As I ground back onto that right leg, I come straight again for my right cross, left jab, switch, left back, right forward, knee, and then from there, left round kick, coming back to my stance. Everything together now. Jab and my cross. Provide that pivot each time when I go for each round kick. Okay, here we go. 2 minutes. Ready, and go. Hips forward, shoulders back, lean a bit as that round kick comes forward. Cross, jab, Knee, push away just far enough to land the round kick, step back into your original stance. Jab cross. Front, round, rotate back, cross jab, knee, again, raising the heel for my thrust, for my front kick, as well as my left knee. Back, back, jab cross. Cross jab. Switch position, left knee, left round kick. Now here, as we keep going along, keep continuing the combination. I'm making sure that I'm still keeping good protection and good propulsion through my lungs, keeping my core contracted. Providing that exhalation when I need it to land my strike with more velocity, more force. Okay, jab cross. Front kick, raise the heel. Round kick, raise and twist the heel back. Cross, jab, switch knee, raise the right heel, thrust hips forward, raise it, turn the right heel as I land my left round kick, 30 seconds. Now let's begin to add a bit more velocity, testing our balance. Bring it back, step back. Last one. And time. This time we're going for 10 jumping squats. I'm keeping my posture as upright as possible, going from seated to standing, but letting those feet leave the ground. Ready, and go. 3, keep my posture upright. Try not to lean forward. Nice. 5, push the ground away each time you rise up. 7, nice. Load, push away. Landing on the ground softly on the ball of the feet. Heels come down to jump again. And time. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some water again. Back in 30 seconds. Okay, halfway into our break. We're going to put the yoga mats back down. Okay, so we're going to come down to a seated position. And from here, we're just going to roll from our butts, rolling forward to a combat base position. Okay, here what I'm doing is I'm opening the tops of my feet, well, back my Achilles, my calves as I go along. So just from my seated position, I switch my feet. One knee is up, one knee is down. One foot behind one knee. I roll forward, either using my momentum or no momentum. Really just coming forward, seeing what my core can provide, and me rolling over my shin. As I roll over that base shin, I stretch the top of that foot, keeping my lead foot heel on the ground as I stretch my Achilles. I come back down on my glute, down, switch, and forward. Exhale. And back down. Again, no judgment here. So if I feel the need here to have my hand on the ground, let's just make sure that we only do it with one. Okay, the same side of my knee is down. I'll put my hand down. Pushing it forward, making sure my other hand is up in case I have direct threat in front of me. Down. Same side hip, switch, knee up, knee down, roll. Stretching the top of the foot, one, and keeping my heel down, flat, foot on the ground, stretching my Achilles on the other foot. And we'll do this for another 30 seconds. Still opening the top of the foot, calf, and Achilles on the other. Use a bit of momentum if you need to, as opposed to using your hands now. Keeping your back from hitting the ground. Excellent. And time. Now from here, I'm going to allow myself to hit the ground and give myself more momentum, but this time coming directly into a standing position. Okay, so I'm going down to my prone position, down, and I'm using my hands at the side near my hips as a simulated break fall. What does a break fall mean? It means I'm mitigating the amount of impact I receive to my body by intentionally slapping the ground with my palms. Okay, so now after that perceived break fall, my legs rise up to a plow position, feet together, thighs together. Then my hips rise, exhale to plow. Legs are straight and parallel with the mat. No pressure on the neck, just on the fleshy back of my shoulders. Now rolling forward. As I roll forward, 1 foot behind one knee, my hands come to my head for protection as I use momentum to roll up. And I use my base foot to stand up on to a neutral stance. Same foot comes back down. Foot behind one foot, knee down, triangulated position as I roll back to my hip. Straighten my legs, lower down, break fall. Push, hand to the ground to raise my legs first, then my hips, then me point the feet. Keep the pressure off the neck. Legs straight, ideally, thighs parallel to the ground. And opposite side. Opposite foot behind opposite knee. As I roll forward, I can see what's in front of me. My hands come up for protection. Roll forward, and base, standing up. Same side foot, back down. Roll, down, break fall, straighten the legs. Raise the legs, feet together, legs straight. Exhale, back to that plow. Head slightly tilted off the ground just to make sure there's no pressure on the neck. Chest on the shoulders, foot behind the knee, hands up, roll forward. And back down, top of the foot, knee down, roll back. Hands down as the legs straighten. Breath into that break fall. As that fall will have impact on my lungs, I allowed the air to come out instead of it being forced out with the impact. Feet together. Raise up. Exhale. Wow. Opposite side, foot behind the knee. And my lead leg as well, hands up. And standing up. Going 2 more. top of the foot to the mat as I bend my base leg. That foot's just behind the other. Rolling on to my glute. Straighten the legs. Break fall. Keep my chin nice and tucked. Coming down one vertebrae at a time. Then plow. Feet together. Press the hands into the mat. Legs stay straight. Feet together. Exhale. Foot behind the knee. Rolling forward. Inhale. As I roll forward. Base. Standing position. As the top of the foot back down. Knee. Glutes. Break fall. Keep that chin to the chest. Simulating that break fall. Feet together. Legs straight. Exhale. For a plow. Foot behind the knee. As I roll forward, my hands come up. And standing one leg at a time. All right. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and move our yoga mats out of the way and come to our bridge position. Still staying grounded in the meantime. Okay, my bridge position. So I'm going to go first, my fingers facing behind me, toes facing ahead of me, feet beneath the knees, and my hands beneath my shoulders. Let's raise with that bridge, raising up, keeping the weight of both feet. So I go palms down, my gaze staying at my palms. Now as we get to incorporate breathing, I exhale as I rise, inhale as I lower. Each time I rise, I'm keeping my vision on the palm that's facing down, as well as the palm on the ground. Making sure that my hand is just beneath my shoulder for good stability. Again, trying your best not to raise the foot off the ground at all. And time. Now from here, I'm going to come around into my my tabletop position now. Now that tabletop position can be done via our clockwise, counterclockwise drill that we've done before. So I'm bringing my foot to where my hand is and my hand to where my foot was. Just like that. Keeping that same box formation, okay? Now readjusting my position. So my hands are beneath my shoulders and my knees are relatively beneath my hips. Raise the left hand and the right foot and lower. Right hand, left foot and lower. Left hand, right foot and lower. Now let's incorporate our breathing. Inhale, draw up. And exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. I'm raising my hand and foot to about the same height as my knee is. Maybe a couple inches off the ground. Find that pause at the top of the rise. My inhalation drawing my limbs off the ground. Exhaling, pushing back down. And time. Now for our technical stand-up, we kick through and we rise up. turning the hips down, pulling my leg behind me to come to a standing position. Quick water break, back in 20 seconds. Standing position. Okay, so just a bit of an opposite directive than earlier. This time I'm going to throw my round kick first, then my thrust kick thereafter. But this round kick, I'm going to go for a full rotation as best I can. So here's my jab and my cross. Leaving my right arm out there to activate and load the counterbalance for my right kick. Watch first, I step with my left. As I step with my left, what happens? I lighten the weight of my right foot, but I also am allowed to push and propel off that right foot, thus into a right round kick. Either I take the full 360, or maybe I just go 180. Then from there, I go cross, jab. Then from here, switch, round kick, coming back to my position. Okay, we'll start with just that for now. Jab, cross, step, round kick, cross, jab, switch, swing the arm alongside the leg, step back into your position. Okay, we'll do just that for now. 1 minute. Jab, cross, right kick, cross, jab, left kick, and go. Now, all the while, making sure that I'm keeping attention on my posture, my breathing, at my perceived point of impact, stepping back safely to my stance, keeping a bit of a crunch in my core to make sure that my core is engaged to repel air from the lungs. Step, kick, step back, step forward, then kick, step away from where I was striking. Full turn, step, full turn. Now here's this mentioned on Monday as well. Here I can step with my foot already turned out. As I step forward, I'm already about halfway into my pivot, thus giving myself more balance to come out of the strike. 30 seconds. This one arm goes out for attack, the other one protects. And time. Now what we're going to do is add the thrust, this time with our knees on both sides. So here comes my jab and my cross. I step into that round kick. Full turn. As soon as I base, I step again with my left knee with my right. Then right away, as soon as that right foot touches the ground, I come forward, cross, jab, step, left kick, full turn, and then I switch into my left knee. Step back, okay, one more time. Step, kick. From there, so we got the kick, we're gonna go straight ahead into our knee. Cross, jab, kick, full turn, switch into that knee, coming back into our original position. Okay, 1 minute. And go. Full turn, step into the knee. Punch, punch, kick. That same pulse from the kick goes into the knee. I return to my base. Just a few more. Full kick, full full turn, then I throw my knee. Cross jab. Kicking, switch. Throwing the knee. Kick, step into that kick. Step forward for the knee. Cross, jab. Kick, full turn, readjust, rebalance, switch into the knee. Switch, and time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is come back to our mats. In the meantime, back to our grounded position. So for the time being, I want to come back to my tabletop position. And again, let's find that balance in raising opposite foot, opposite hand. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up, exhale, down. Small pause, small pause. Discovering any, if at all, imbalances, immobilities. And time. Now going from the balls of my feet to the tops of my feet, settling back into that seiza position. Hand in hand, sit on the heels. Close the eyes, elongate the spine. Relax the jaw, relax the brow. Open the nasal passageways to allow air in deep into the lungs. And again, using my core, my rib cage contraction to exhale. So you begin to find presence. There are any disturbances, any discomforts, variances, temperature, noises, aromas. Just quieting the mind, finding presence in breath.